on the team?
Well, really happy for him. Very deserving. You look what he's done over the last couple of weeks, and it's one thing to get a Mountain West award, but which is kind of a regional award. When you get a national award, it speaks volumes of the kind of work you're putting in. So very happy for him. His teammates have done a great job working with him, and obviously he's produced at a really high level, so it's a great honor.
The things you've done well the past couple of games here at home, what do you think you need to do, or what aspects of those games do you think need to travel with you on the road?
Well, all those things. We've been really good at home all year. We've passed 2 tests, the home test, the neutral test, and we haven't passed the road test. So we've got to figure out, we've been close, but we got to figure out how to get over the hump and do those things. And that usually means 40 minutes of good, concentrated, focused effort that goes along with executing an offense and executing a game plan defensively. And you just have to be able to do that. And with just 3 weeks left in the season, those opportunities are getting few and far between. So guys, we got to really step up and focus for 40 minutes.
Obviously, facing teams for a second time around in a condensed amount of time in the Mountain West play. What are some of the biggest things that go into facing a team for a second time around, those challenges?
Well, sometimes guys are playing that weren't playing. Long's now back playing for them, who was a key contributor to them in November and December before he got hurt. So he's back. He didn't play in our first game. And like a lot of teams throughout the country, they play a lot better at home. And so it's one of those things that we just got to do a good job of going into another environment and being a little bit tougher mentally, not having lapses, staying away from runs. This is a team you've got to really defend the dribble drive. You got to defend the backboard. You got to defend the transition. More than I think sets and those type of things, it's a lot of dribble drive defense that we got to do a good job guarding.
Where do you kind of weigh just this final road trip of the season? I know you don't like to think too much into games, but how important is this, especially with Mountain West seeding?
Well, this isn't our final road trip. We got 2 more after this. So this is just 1 game this week. So we got 3 weeks left, and we got 1 game this week, and it happens to be at UNLV. And it was a good game in game 1, and we got 3 opportunities still left on the road. And this is the first of 3 in a row as far as weeks go. We get New Mexico next week with a Fresno home game, and then at Wyoming. So with just 3 weeks left in the season, it's about trying to take advantage of as many opportunities as we can.
You've played at you've coached the Thomas and Mack. You've won there as a previous coach. I guess what changes now that you're with Nevada and going into a rivalry like that from a coaching standpoint?
Well, I'm wearing blue instead of red. Used to wear red when I went in there, but players change. We were loaded when we did. We had a lot of history of winning in there in the regular season. We won the conference tournament several times, but we had an established culture. We're not to that point yet. That doesn't mean we can't win there, but it's totally different. We had things in place at New Mexico at a high level, from facilities to you name it. The investment in the program was at a very high level, and we're just still building that here.
Bob Knight returned to Indiana this past week. What has just his influence meant to you?
You don't have enough tape for me to go through all that, or enough airtime. He and my father have been incredible mentors to me since birth. Obviously my dad, and then growing up in the state of Indiana. I grew up 15 minutes from Bloomington for 4 years. Then I moved to Newcastle when Dad got the job there and got the opportunity to play in the largest and finest high school gym in the world. We see 10,000, nothing's bigger, nothing's nicer. And for Coach Knight to show up and give me an opportunity to play there, it was a dream come true. I didn't grow up in the state of Indiana dreaming about the NBA, dreaming about Olympics. I grew up in the state of Indiana wanting to play for my father and wanting to play for Coach Knight. And when Coach Knight gave me that opportunity, the next 4 years was just a dream come true, and he's been a dear friend ever since. I hated not being there. I called him the day before to let him know there's just impossible to be there with us having a game, but I wanted him to know how much I'm thinking about him during that process. And the former players did a tremendous job of getting it all organized and honoring him. The fans did what we knew would happen, honored him in the right way. I'm so glad he's back, because it's where he belongs. It's where he's made an incredible difference, and his legacy and impact in that state and in basketball as a whole is immense. And I'm glad he got to have a chance to go back to Assembly Hall and be honored the way he should be.
So far, you've won a couple Mountain West awards, but what does it mean to you, and what's going through your mind right now that you get national recognition like this?
It's a blessing, first and foremost. Set out long 2 years, and so to be able to come out here and have the type of impact I've been having, it's been fun. I want to thank my teammates, my coaches, put me in this opportunity, and just it's just a blessing, man, honestly.
Now, Coach just mentioned before, you'll have these stellar outings, and sometimes guys will just, take like the next game off and have just a couple points or something like that. But he says you continue to work even though you put out the type of efforts you're having. What really drives you to just do that?
Well, one, I love the game, so I aspire to be the best I can be, and like I said, I sat out for 2 years, and so it really humbled me. It made me appreciate, each game. I don't have games to spare, and so I just come out and try to take advantage of every opportunity, every minute I have on the court.
Coach is part of the 40-point club. I guess over the past couple of games, we've been trying to get to the 40-point, and what has kind of changed for you, I guess, prospectively over the last couple of games?
Just like I said, just being confident. I just feel more confident out there. I'm getting comfortable. Like I said, I sat out for a while, so I got hurt the first game. Just getting in the rhythm. My teammates have helped me with that. My coaches have helped me with that, and so just coming out each and every game, I said, trying to be the best I can be.
And sitting out for a while, you finally get to play a game down at UNLV in the Thomas and Mack. How much have you been looking forward to just this rivalry and a hostile environment like that?
Like you said, it is a rivalry game, so I know that, the team knows that, and so for us to go down there and get another win, it's a big time. We know it means a lot to us as a team, and it means a lot to the community, and so to be able to go down there and have that experience is going to be good for us.
The conference championship's also held in the same building. What would it mean to just play well in that environment, in that vicinity, knowing that you'll have to go through there to at least potentially make it to an NCAA tournament?
Just being, just feeling comfortable on the court, honestly, getting used to the environment, the rims, the floor, the balls, all of it, like just trying to get accustomed to all of that, trying to get comfortable. Like I said, we got a lot of young guys, so to be able to come back and play in a familiar environment, that'd be good for us during the tournament.
With those rivals, you beat them the last couple of times, but also, it's been a minute since y'all won on the road. How much do you just want to get this out of the way with and get that monkey off the back?
Yeah, like you said, it's just getting the monkey off the back. We got a young team, a lot of new guys on the road, and so just trying to learn each and every game. And so to come out and be able to learn from our losses a couple weeks ago and be able to pick up a road win, that's big for us as a team, but not only as a team, but in conference too.
Do you put any more onus on yourself to say do this or do that more so on the road than you would at home, say just like a scoring burden or something like that? Or how do you view home versus road and what you need to do?
I try not to differ too much about on the road or at home, but just trying to come out and do whatever it takes to win is what, is the main goal on the road or at home. So like you said, on the road, we talk about it like your defense travels, your offense may not travel. And so for us to go on the road and be able to, lock in on the road and focus there that's probably the biggest key for us.
Thanks, Jalen.